Have you been following the elections in the United States? What do you believe that means for you and your freedom, or for you and your family's freedom? What do you believe based on what you're seeing? And also, I mean, there's elections going on and things that are happening around the world. In Canada, they're talking about Trudeau, and in France, they're talking about oh, his name just escaped me, starts with an M. Anyway, you guys get the point. In all of these places around the world, they're constantly bombarding us with the political news and how it impacts your freedoms. And I want you to think today about what is it that's truly impacting your freedoms. I am Angela W. Stillwell. I am CEO and founder of Untapped Strengths, and I work with individuals to transform them into top 1% leaders. And I work with teams to transform them into powerhouses. So let's get back to this idea of freedom and how media, social media, the powers that be, how they keep thrusting the whole political um, aspect down our throats over and over and over. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not gonna exaggerate and say that there is no impact from what happens on a political standpoint as far as overall freedom goes. And I want you today to think about freedom from a different perspective. Freedom, when you really get down to it, people think freedom is, oh, I'm free to do whatever I want whenever I want to do it. And okay, that is, obviously one form of freedom, and there really isn't a whole lot of freedom with that. There is an aspect to that where, if you do what you want all the time, are you really accomplishing anything? What do you feel like in your heart and in your soul? And what is your mind telling you? Versus, where are you disciplined in order to achieve your goals, in order to live out your purpose? People are like, I don't know what my purpose is. Okay, your purpose in life is to understand what your talents are, what your gifts are, and use those. Here's the beautiful thing. Freedom comes from you doing that. When you discipline yourself, and when I talk about discipline, I'm not talking about, corporal punishment or anything like that. I'm talking about really honoring your own boundaries, setting up certain things for yourself so that you can enhance your talents, so that you can enhance your gifts, so that you can use your talents and gifts. And if you're one of those people that says, I have no talents, I have no gifts, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. What are those talents and gifts? Where is it that you are lit up every day? What is it that people come to you for? Whether it's your children or other adults or at work, or maybe it's at your church or in your community, what do people come to you for? And I don't care at what level you are living your life. We all have something like that that lights us up, that people come to us for, or that we're recognized for. That's part of your talent and your gift. And so this thing of freedom, and I'll share with you. I had a rental car for a day or so, and when I got in and I turned up the volume to hear the music, what I heard was the Fox News channel. And I thought, okay, I'm going to try to listen to this, because I literally turned off the news about 12 years ago and haven't looked back. Okay. Yes, I'll go scan headlines. I just don't read the news. I don't listen to the news. And I was a political junkie. I was deep involved in, not just a junkie about it, but I was involved in a lot of different aspects. I was a national founding partner for an organization called Women Impacting Public Policy. I was in DC regularly. I was doing all sorts of things. I've been to inaugural balls. I've been in fundraising. I've been in front of Congress. There's a lot of stuff that, or my groups have been in front of Congress, and have been at the White House um, in years past. This has been quite some time since I was involved in that. But literally 12 years ago, I turned it all off. I was in the middle of a divorce, and I decided that I had more than enough negativity in my life going through that. And so I turned off cable, I turned off news, I turned off talk radio, I turned off all the things. And I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm living my life that I was put here to do. And so that's what I've been going after. And in that process, as I stepped back and really started observing how others are impacted by the news and the media and social media and the topics, I just thought, I am so grateful to no longer be driven by that. To no longer be driven by that. And listen, it's not something that sorry, a call is coming in. Where was I? Real life happens, right? I forgot to put my phone on do not disturb, and a call came in right in the middle of this. So it's we get to make a choice. Are we going to live in our freedom regardless? Yes, there are the amendments to the United States, that, the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, blah, 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 right? All of the amendments. And yes, there is a lot that's going on with all of that. And my point for you today is that your freedom as an individual isn't dependent upon those. You can be in the most horrific situation and still find freedom. I want you to think about that. You can be in the most horrific situation and still find freedom. And you can do that because it's all about your thought process around it. What are your beliefs around it? What are you saying about your situation? You can take any situation and convert it into something else. You have that opportunity. And if you're not doing that, this holiday weekend, when we are commemorating, in the United States at least, the independence of our country, and we're recognizing all of the sacrifices that men and women have made throughout the centuries to get us to this place. One of the things that so many of them did was make sure their mindset was right. So you get to honor them, and you get to really lean into your personal freedom by getting your mindset right. And it's not just about, oh, today I'm going to be happy. That's part of it. It's also about understanding the thoughts that are going on in your head, recognizing the thoughts that are going on in your head, and then deciding if you want those thoughts to really drive you. Because the thoughts that are going on subconsciously are driving 90+%. You guys have heard me say this before. You've heard me say this before. The thoughts that are going on subconsciously in your brain are driving 90+% of every decision you make, action you take, and result that you get. So what are those thoughts that are driving you? What are the thoughts, or the singular thought that's driving you? Because right now, with what's happening with, they keep talking about Biden and Trump and all of this stuff to get you riled up and keep you in a place of fear. The purpose of what they're doing is to keep you in a place of fear so that you keep coming back to that. It's like an addiction. It's like crack or anything else. They get to get you locked in so that you keep coming back over and over and over. If I said to you, turn off the news, and maybe you're someone, maybe you watching this are someone who's already turned it off. Think about it though. If we said to the vast majority of people out there, turn off the news, stop listening to whomever it is that you're listening to, think about your own decisions, actually have conversations with people that typically you haven't had conversations with. Don't let these headlines drive you into what we had 4 years ago where there was rioting in the streets and all sorts. Don't let them drive you to this. You don't have to. You get to make decisions for yourself. We're still seeing the repercussions of what so many of those headlines and media and social media were driving people to do. Not forcing, driving, right? They were fueling it. Don't let them do that. Your freedom isn't dependent upon any of this. Your freedom is dependent upon what's happening between here and here. Whatever happens with the election, whatever happens with whatever, you still get to have your freedom in here. And the more that we can get people to understand that, then we get to turn around some of these things that we see happening around the world. So who's with me? You with me on that? You with me on finding discipline so that you can have your freedom? Discipline of your mind, discipline of your body, so that you can then have freedom? Because as I said at the beginning, those are inalienable rights. Your happiness, your pursuit of happiness. Happiness isn't guaranteed, but the pursuit of happiness, anybody can go after it. And you can find it anywhere that you are. Just like you can find freedom wherever you are. All right, that's what I've got for you today. I hope you have a fantastic July 4th for those of you who are celebrating it. Go see the fireworks, spend time outside, enjoy your summer, enjoy your time with friends and family. Or if you're spending it by yourself, relish in that peace and quiet. Don't spend the time diving into social media and diving into the news and diving into the stuff that, man, is just put out there to fuel the fire. Fuel your fire. Fuel the fire that will be the power behind you enhancing your talents and gifts. If you're up for that, let me know. You can either leave a comment below or you can send me a DM and just let me know that you are in for your freedom and that you understand it's not dependent upon anything else. And if you want to have a conversation about what I'm talking about, and if it's not making sense to you, send me a DM and we will get a calendar link and hop on a call. No need to, there won't be sales associated with it. It's just a call to help you find your own freedom. All right. That's what I've got for you today. Happy 4th of July week. Hope you are already enjoying your week, and I can't wait to see you on next week's weekly live show.